Every house has a story to tell. The moments, all the emotions, happiness to grief gets unleashed, and if it's powerful enough, the rawness of those experiences absorb into the walls, charging it like a battery. A battery that seems to provide a spark, a charge that draws in other parasitic things that get strength by feeding on anything that makes a human weak. No, not every dark tale gets noted in history. There are so many homes with unaccounted, miserable secrets. But then again, not every house develops its own voice. A voice vying for your attention. Maybe to get you to listen to the best or worst parts of its tone. Or just maybe the darkness that's taken roost there is trying to unlock your soul to integrate you into the feed cycle. Please note, most responses are heard upon review and not in real time. Changes in the video's filter visually mark the replies that were the most significant. Those various audio responses have been enhanced, repeated, and sometimes slowed down. As always, we do not offer this video as irrefutable evidence of the paranormal, nor do we claim our annotations are 100% conclusive. All we're asking is that you please approach the data presented here with a curious mind, and that you wear damn headphones. When my friend David invited me to investigate his house on Union Street, it came with a long history of unexplained occurrences from when David lived there to his subsequent renters. Everything from physical objects being manipulated to seeing shadow figures to full-on, full-bodied apparitions. The last tenants of the house became uneasy with the home. They basically moved out of the second floor of the house where they felt a dark presence, especially in one of the bedrooms that had a sealed door that leads to an unfinished attic space. They chose to dwell solely on the main level. Their fearful experiences finally led them to call in a priest to bless the house. After that, the activity subsided. Until one fateful night of partying with friends, something drew the husband up to that second floor bedroom to pull open that sealed door, which set off the activity once again. 6 months later, they moved out.
So my past tenant did a lot of research on that. They got so freaked out that she had a priest come and bless this house when they lived here. Yes.
Hey, but do you know if that was a Catholic priest by chance?
Yes, it was a Catholic priest. She's Catholic, so it was definitely a Catholic priest. And he went around and spread holy water all over this house. She said he was here for like 45 minutes blessing the rooms. And he, whatever you got his opinion, he said...
Be careful, I get you...
No, you're fine.
Okay.
He said that, from what Narissa said, she said that he said that, yeah, there's something going on here, and that it took him a while blessing the place before he felt comfortable that it was blessed enough, you know? And they actually said after that, things calmed down. It didn't go away, but it calmed down severely, and they were having experiences, and they didn't even want to go upstairs, as I said. They moved everything down here, wouldn't go upstairs. And I didn't have any of those problems with like negative feelings or anything when I was here. I like this house and I got along great. But that's how I felt about it, though. I felt like we were getting along. It wasn't like I just lived here. So maybe that says something unto itself, right?
Yeah.
You know, I'm just trying to fix it up. It's your place. You're gonna be here. You were here before me. You're gonna be here after me, and I'm just trying to make it better.
Right.
And so that's how I talk to this place. I don't talk to the house I live in now. Watch as my alarm clock in that room started ticking backwards, right? Okay, and I couldn't keep it running. I told Amanda that when she moved in here, and she's like, "Whatever, I'm gonna hang this clock up." So she comes over here, and I can't remember if it was like right above that, where that nail hole is up there. I think is where she hung it, or either that or over here. But she hung a clock on this wall. And I was like, okay, whatever, you know, good luck. And it was one of those wooden decorative clocks that doesn't have glass on the face. It's just got metal hands. And I think it was 2 days later, we come downstairs and there's no hands on the clock, and they're on the floor here, and they're just twisted up, like they're just all twisted and mangled up. And so she tried to straighten them back out, put the clock back up, and she put it back on the wall, and she put the hands back on and bolted them back on, because the bolt just came off, and the hands are all twisted up here. We don't know how, we don't know why. 2 days later, and then, but the clock never, she'd put new batteries in it, and it would run for about 3 hours, and then it wouldn't run anymore. And so, I could never keep a clock working in this house. Different when a rifle shot fired in the house. A guy threatened to kill his mother-in-law, his wife, and his infant child in his home, and he got arrested because he discharged a rifle in his house and stuff at one time. There's all these stories of like domestic violence, of like deaths. Like I guess in the 1920s there was a couple that lived here that were a wealthy black couple, and they had a son. And the husband died in a mysterious automobile accident, and then they kept the bodies in the house much longer than usual because the police felt, because they used to bring the bodies into the parlor and stuff, right? So the police felt that there was suspicious. So they kept the body in the house much longer than usual because they thought that the person that committed the crime or committed the murder or whatever was weird about it would come back to maybe check out their handiwork or something, or would reappear. Well, that never happened. But then the son died in a bicycle accident mysteriously 2 weeks later. And his body, I believe, was in this house at the same time as his father's body. That's how long they kept the bodies in here. Like, that body was in here for like 2 friggin' weeks. And then his son died, and they're both in the parlor at the same time, and they left that body in here a really long time. And, but his son there was another thing in the paper where his son had to go to the hospital because he almost drowned in the house before he died. See, this was in the 1920s, so this house had been here already for some time, but I don't know the history pre that couple. I have no idea of who built the house. I just know that it was built in 1906. Yeah, the bedroom in here, usually if you go to sleep in here and you never feel alone. You just never feel alone in this room. And in this room...
So is that the one you said where your girlfriend would like not want to open her eyes?
Yes, that's that room right there.
Yeah.
And then this is, anybody who's stayed in this room has had experiences.
Right.
Has heard things, has felt things,
Uh-huh.
and has seen things. My son, Roger, Kyle, his friend spent the night, and they heard things.
What kind of things did they say that they saw?
Just like shadows and movement,
Okay.
just the stuff playing on your eyes in the dark and everything, so.
After our interview with David, we randomly placed some meters around the main level and conducted our first EVP session. Good evening. Whose house is this? Can you tell me what your name is? Can you come near that device that's making that creaky noise on the floor?
Is Lloyd here? Lloyd, if you're here, come here and talk to me.
Is there something?
Are you Lloyd's family?
Yeah,
Are you here?
I don't know if it's something that way or it's this way or that way. I heard it too. I don't know what it was.
Sound like it was in the house.
Yeah. It sounded like it was in the house. It was either this way or that way, but I thought I heard it coming from like this way.
Hear that going up? Did you hear that go up? Are you standing in the doorway? Are you in the kitchen? Can you say hello to Connor that's standing in there?
Can you give us a knock or a bang or a footstep? It's like he totally stopped. Where'd you go? Let's play this back real quick.
That thing's been active the whole time. It's just
Yeah.
been clicking.
Can you come in here and say hi to us? Are you in the kitchen? Are you in the kitchen? Can you give us a knock or a bang or a footstep? It's like a toy stop. Can you come back by that meter and make it spike all the way?
What was
I
that?
didn't think my quiet the whole time that we were standing here. Hello? Where'd you go? Where'd you go? Where'd you go? Play this back real quick.
Interesting.
I see now it's, I mean, it's not even.
Yeah, that's the weird
It's
thing.
red. Nope.
If you're standing over there by that, can you make that needle go all the way over? Is everybody in here with us?
We next placed an EDI meter at the top of the staircase and sent Connor to the upstairs bedroom with the attic door to conduct an EVP session. This is the review of that session, and also when we first realized we might be in for a struggle to keep our gear operating properly in that house.
And then hit it right in the center, plays it.
Okay. Closet.
What the fuck?
Okay. Closet.
Dude, I had that was just in the center of the room.
Okay. Closet.
That's weird, man.
What the fuck?
Now you gotta do it all over
I gotta
again.
do it again. It's even darker.
Yeah, fun.
I told it I'd be back though.
It's probably expecting you then.
Yeah. Just want to make sure of something here real quick. Test, test, test. 1, 2, 1, 2. Is this folder full? It shouldn't be. Test, 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 test.
Dude, hey Matthew.
Yeah?
Holy crap.
What?
Somebody up there? Your EDI meter's going fucking crazy. Get in here.
I was so focused on trying to figure out why Connor's digital recorder failed, I was oblivious to the alarm of the EMF detector going off on the EDI meter, which could possibly be alerting us to the presence of an unseen entity.
Is that what that chirping was?
It's still going.
Well, hello.
Did you shut my recorder off up there?
Is it okay if we come up and say hi to you? Holy fuck.
Shit.
Can we come up there and talk to you? Hey, can you step away from that, please? Can you step away? Stop flashing the lights for a second. Back all the way away. Hey, thank you. Could you make one of these other meters light up? You should know this stuff's not going to hurt you now. Did you hear something?
It was like tun, 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 tun. Yeah, I mean it was like a.
We're at down on this level.
Yeah, it was kind of almost in this room right here.
Where'd you go? That was wild.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah, we were in there and it was going off, and I was like, I hear that thing going
Yeah.
off.
Yeah.
And then you came around the corner, and I could see like the flashing lights down in here. I'm like, what the hell?
All right, well let's go do some sessions up there. Yeah.
You might take the K2.
Okay. Here, you want to take the recorder?
Yeah.
Do the DR6. Do the DR60. You know how to do that, don't you? Just hit the record button and.
Right there, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Coming back, I told you I do that.
As Connor made his way upstairs, David and I headed to the back of the house to not contaminate his session. I mistakenly left my camera recording as it sat in the kitchen. You can hear Connor a little bit upstairs, but there are also other voices much closer to the microphone.
Stop this. Oh, this fucking thing's still been recording. Just be real quiet here and try to let this.
Alright. Back with that box at the top of the stairs. Who made that light up? We know you're here. Can you give us a name or why you're here? Can you move something or make a knock? Did you die in this house? We know someone fell down the steps. Was that you? Do you know what year it is? Can you close one of the doors? Like I said before, we're not here to try to scare you or intimidate you in any way. We just really want to talk to you. We'd like to know why you're still here. We're just curious about what happens after you leave this earth. Do you have a choice? Are you able to go to heaven or whatever, or are you able to stay in the place that you died and just kind of hang out? Did you
Good session, dude. Wow.
After the EVP review, we went to the upstairs room with the attic door to conduct an EVP session as a group. This was not video due to my camera being mysteriously shut off. Not a battery drain, but shut off. This happens to us a second time during our sessions upstairs, even after replacing the camera's battery in an effort to rule out a probable cause. Here's the EVP session review. Afterwards, we fired up some ghost boxes with the attic door propped open.
Hey, we heard your voice. Do you like the fact that we've come up here to talk to you? You know, David here's run this house for a long time, and he's been aware that you're here, and he's just interested to see who you are. You are. Come here out of peace and love and respect. My son was uncomfortable in here. Do you remember Joseph? Do you remember Amanda? He was here. Did you like them? You like them? Do you like them?
The series of jump cuts during these ghost box sessions were used to cut down the length of the video and to cut out some of the extraordinary amount of sniffles between Connor and I. For some reason, our allergies were in overdrive in that house. The chronological order of the questions and the responses have been carefully kept in place.
With as much as we've gotten on the recorders, God, I hope this should be really good.
See if you can figure that out. Did you turn my camera off? Wait, that little creepy voice.
Yeah, I don't know what that is.
Why do you mess with my clocks?
How many people are standing in this room? It's really muffled sounding. I can't. Can you try to speak more clearly? What's your name? Can you give us a good cuss word? Can you cuss? See, that was a long phrase in the same voice. Are you trying to scare us? Can you be nice? Yes? That sounds like a little kid. Is there a little kid here? How old's the child? 11, maybe? Can you do me a favor so we know we're not talking to just a broken radio? Can you make a knock or light up one of these devices? Don't worry, I'm here or something like that. That meter that you lit up before in the staircase, can you light that up blue? Just like before? Hey, can you say one of our names? Say one of our names. Did it piss you off when the priest came up here? What did that priest want you to do? You throw holy water everywhere? Are you going to tell us anything about you?
Like it when I lived here?
I'm going to turn this off, okay?
If you have something to say, you should say it now.
Thanks for not turning my camera off again.
Joshua left yesterday and won't be back. How do you feel about that?
Are you glad he's gone?
That's kind of fucked up.
You know, it kind of reminds me. I heard it say something about somebody being drunk. I wonder if it's pissed that they opened that door.
When they were drunk. Did it bother you when they opened that door?
First off, I feel like the spirits here are being a bit of a tattletale, telling us about the former tenant, as I mentioned earlier, that had been partying with friends and felt compelled to open that sealed door, which jump-started the paranormal activity in the house again after the priest's blessing. Maybe this attic is some sort of spiritual vortex or nest.
All right, on the count of 3, I'm going to turn that off, okay? Any last words? 1. Is that the last word? Yeah. 2. Who am I? My name's Matthew. Who are you?
Once again, I get addressed by my old moniker, Evil, E-V-E-L, from the early days of Paraholics. This happens to me quite often whenever I'm doing an ITC session. It reminds me of the godfather, the inventor of spirit boxes, Mr. Frank Sumption. Whatever we're speaking to and whatever is speaking to us through these devices, always used to call him the Purple Princess. And there's a bonus clip at the very, very end of this video for all you ITC nerds out there that I think that you will appreciate.
All right, goodbye. If we turn on... Did you say goodbye? If we turn on another device, will you try to speak to it? Can you say hello?
I said hello.
Can you say what your name is? Is that easier? Yes.
Did he say way easier?
Huh?
I thought he said yes, way easier.
Can you say what your name is? Who's in this house? What street is this house on? Can you say one of our names? Is this your room? Are you in the attic? Can you give us a sign that you're here? Change the settings on this again. Hello? Go away. Can you say fuck? What it sound like? I said fuck you.
That's what it sounded like to me.
Yeah. Whose house is this? Did you die in this house? Goodbye.
What's my name?
I'm gonna slow the sweep just to see what it sounds like. Are there spirits in this house? Are we bothering you? Who's the president right now? Say Donald.
Said it twice.
Can you say goodbye? All right, goodbye. How many people are in this room? 3? 4? Who's the fourth one? Who owns this house? David? Who stays in this room? Is this house haunted? Alright, I'm gonna turn this off, unless you can say fuck off.
That's what the fuck.
You may turn that off?
Elma, you stayed for me and then stayed in a female voice. What a very intriguing response. Elma Smith was the name of Lloyd Smith's wife. They were the black couple that owned the house back in the 20s and 30s. Could Lloyd and Elma be a part of the permanent residents of this property?
Alright, I'm shutting this off.
After our time in the house, our conclusion is the same as the priest. From the knocks, to the EVPs, to the intelligent and relevant replies through our ITC devices, there is definitely a haunting in the home on Union Street. Not knowing why, it may manifest itself more malevolent to some and less to others, but the response is alluding to domestic disputes, threats of retribution, and the presence of evil, left us feeling that this madhouse and its messages concerning the secrets hidden up in its attic needs to be revisited.
Hey, can you tell me who made that ghost box?
Did you hear that?
Frank.
Yeah, I heard it say.
Oh my god.
What's Frank's last name? What did Frank call himself?